I am going to help set up the problems on 7.2 homework. So I'm going to help set up numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And doing those should help set you up for the rest of them. So if you need any help on your homework, problems 1 through 6, make sure to watch this video. So I'm going to pull up this where I can write on it a little easier. So number 1 says that a football team scored 80%. So remember, 80% is always written as over 100%, always over 100, with a total of 500 points in the first 11 games. So here's our total, here's our percent. We know that was for 11 games. Fill in the model to show 80% of 500. So remember, in the top, this is 100% of the games. They've scored 500 points. So 500 goes in our top box. And now we're taking 500 and cutting it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups. So we need to take 500 and divide it by 10. And that's going to tell us what goes into each box here. And we know we want 80%. So when we take these 8 boxes, each are 10%, and times these together or add them together, that will give us our number of points. So I'll let you go ahead and do that work there and come back if you need help with number 2. So number 2 tells us that 71% of Earth's surface is covered in water. So 71% is 71 over 100. If the surface of the Earth is about 196,900,000 square miles, how many square miles are covered in water? So this is a total of Earth. So we know that 71% of Earth is covered in water. And here's the total of Earth's surface, so 196,900,000. And we need to figure out what this percentage is. So about how many square, or we're figuring, how many square miles, because we already have our percent. So one way, instead of timesing 71 by this million number, we can see how many times does 100 go in here. And we can do that by canceling out these zeros here. And so we're left with 196,900. I shouldn't have put my comma there. So let me try rewriting that one more time. So 196,900. So we're left with 1,969,000. So we had to times by 1,969,000 to get to 1 million. So we're going to take 71 and times it by this 1 million number to see how many miles are covered in water. So that is a bigger number. You can do it. Then part B is pretty easy. It just asks what percent of Earth's surface is not covered in water. So if here's our Earth and our Earth equals 100%, and it said that 71% of it is covered in water, then I want to know what percent is not covered in water. And then we're going to figure out how many square miles that is. So once we know this W, what percent this is, we're going to take that and set it up over 100. Well, actually, we know Earth again. So we know 196,900. So we're going to do that same thing here, which we know we had a times by this number here. So we're going to do the same thing to the top and times by 1,969,000. So whatever this percentage is here, 71 plus something should equal 100. We're going to take that number and times it by the total to see the leftover land part. So this number up here tells us the water. This number down here will tell us not the water, which is the land. Okay, so I know those are some bigger numbers, but as long as we set it up and match everything up, these are problems that we can do. Hey, number 3 tells us that a metal bar is shown. The metal bar shown is an alloy of silver and other metals. So it's a mix of silver and some other things. Here's our total. The silver is 84% of it. What is the weight of the silver? So I want you to write 84% as a fraction. So you've got 84% as a fraction, always over 100. And we know if I have 7.5 ounces, that's the total. That's 100% of the metal. And I want to see how many ounces the silver is. So when I multiply these and divide by 100, that will tell me how much the silver weighs in ounces. Okay, number 4. So this time we have silver and other metals, and the bar still weighs the total of 7.5. 9% of the bar is iron. How much does the iron weigh? So go ahead and write 9% as a fraction, and then see if you can finish setting up. This is our total. So it's very similar to this one, but instead of finding 84%, this time we're finding 9%. Okay, number 5 here wants us to find 30%. So we're going to write 30 as a fraction. So 30%. And remember the word of is that's 30% of this total. So 180 is going to go on the bottom here. So we can multiply by 180, divide by 100, and that will tell me what this number is on the top here. This is also very similar to 7, 8, 9, and 10. So set up your problem. What's your percent? What's your quantity that you have total? What's the percentage that you're matching it with? Okay, and number 6 asks us to find 10% of each of these numbers. So we know 10% looks like 10 out of 100 of 30. So we're going to put these ofs on the bottom. So if I do 10 times 30 divided by 100. So I will help you set up this last one as well. I'll let you try these other ones. So 10%, always over 100, of goes on the bottom because that's the total. 10% of this total, 10.8. So we'll do 10 times 10.8, divide by 100, and see what goes here. Then I want you to see what patterns you notice when you came up with these 4 answers. Okay, so that should help you get set up for problems 1 through 6. If you need other help on your homework, be sure to let me know and we can set up a time to meet.